confidence and anxiety. Two polar opposite emotions that are unfortunately extremely common in competitive outlets. Winning a really close set and popping off can give you the confidence to carry into the next game and continue to play at your peak. But losing that same set can also give you the anxiety that could also lose you the very next set as well. And sometimes anxiety can even stem from outside sources that are not even related to Tekken. Maybe there's problems going on at work or home and it's causing you to not perform in tournaments. Or maybe you're having a lot of work problems and coming home to play Tekken seems way too stressful even though it's a game that you love and would love to sit down and enjoy. While I'm not a therapist and not a trained psychiatrist, and I can't promise to help any of the problems that you have, I can at least give you exactly what I did as somebody who has been diagnosed with chronic anxiety and depression to fix my love for this game again. Starting off with tip number 1, find where your anxiety is coming from. This one might seem a little obvious, but genuinely sitting down, turning off all of your devices, and taking 10 to 15 minutes really just thinking and pondering what is really causing the anxiety. Obviously, the answer is going to be different for every single person, and there's an infinite amount of possibilities of what could really be the problem. There could be work problems or home issues or relationship issues, or maybe you're struggling with a game, or a character is really upsetting you, or maybe you just haven't even ate that day and that's literally causing you enough anxiety to not want to play. There's tons of different issues as to what could be the problem, and the only way to be able to find out what your problem is to sit down and really think about how you can get to the root of that problem. Tip number 1 might seem a little obvious, so tip number 2 might be something that some people haven't thought about too much, and that's to cut out content that complains too much about the game. Now, this might seem a little weird as to how this is going to help you enjoy the game better, but picture this for a moment. There's two different streamers, streamer A and streamer B. If every single time streamer A starts up his stream, he's always complaining about Hwoarang and how the character's extremely broken, or how Alyssa shouldn't be in the game, or how he's really upset about how Bears took 2 spots that 2 other characters could have instead, or any number of things possible. But when streamer B starts up their stream, they're always there to have a good time, enjoy the game, and have fun. Does streamer B get upset sometimes? Sure, absolutely, but it doesn't take any more than a little bit of the time away from the stream before they get right back into streaming and enjoying the game again. Obviously, asking which sounds more enjoyable is going to sound more of a preference, but if you're enjoying and watching more of people who are a streamer A type of person, it might be good to either cut out some of the people who are talking and acting like that, or introduce more people who are more positive towards the game, or much more relaxed about how they approach Tekken in general. It's very hard to find enjoyment and passion in a game when everybody around you is telling you that you should stop playing it and you need to stop enjoying this game because it's bad. Is Tekken in a good state right now? It's better, but it's definitely not perfect, and there's definitely a bunch of things to complain about. But there's a very big difference between complaining for a couple of times and only complaining the entire stream. There's a couple of streamers I can think of off the top of my head, but I won't name any names. Streamers like that usually aren't worth your time, and it's much better for your mental health and your enjoyment of things that you love to just go and watch somebody who enjoys it as well. Tip number 3 is about actually playing the game this time, and that's you need to play more quick match. I know a lot of people who genuinely stress out because ranked is a very stressful thing. It's supposed to be. You're pitting 2 people against each other, and only one can come out better. You're wagering your points, and you're risking demotion and promotion consistently. Of course it's going to be super anxious, and something like that 24/7 might not be very healthy for you if it stresses you out just to play it for a little bit. So next time you feel anxious, or you've had a bad day, or you feel like you just might not do too good in ranked, instead substitute it for quick play. You still get Tekken coins so you can buy customizations, and you still get the practice that you need in the matchups. Playing quick play is a much faster, easier, and healthier way to be able to practice Tekken without worrying about mentally throwing anything away. Because I could join a quick match and not touch my controller at all, stand still, and get perfected all 3 times. But that's not going to do anything because there's no ranked points aside. I don't lose anything. Having that mentality and being able to go into quick play is so important to being able to enjoy the game and be able to also learn without having to feel like you're throwing away things. I know anytime I learn a new style, new strategy, new combo, anything like that, I get really stressed out taking it out into ranked because if I drop that combo, that could cost me the game or the round. But in quick play, who cares? Nothing's at stake, and you can enjoy the game for what it's worth and play it however you feel. 3 might only be helpful to certain people because I'd imagine a lot of people are still playing quick play, so let me give you a little more controversial one. Tip number 4 is to stop setting so many goals. Now, I know, put the pitchforks away, and get out of my comment sections calling me slurs. I am not by any means saying that goals are a bad thing to set. They're actually very healthy and very good to set. It's a great way to keep track of your progress and show the little progress that you've been making as you've been playing. However, sometimes people get a little too goal-oriented and get really stressed out when they don't meet these goals by certain time periods they have set for themselves. And instead of giving you a metaphor like I did for streamer A and streamer B, I'll go ahead and give you a personal experience from me when I was recording my Anybody Could Hit Purple Ranks video. I was stuck in red ranks. I think at this time I was Garyu, and I was stressing myself out because I had a week to set myself to get 3 ranks ahead into Mighty Ruler, which is not really hard in my opinion. I didn't struggle with the matches at all, but I instead struggled with the idea of failing my goal in the time period I had set. So because of that, the video ended up getting pushed back 3 weeks, which was one of the longest recording videos I've ever had. Not because I was losing a lot, demoting a lot, or because the matches were hard, but seriously because I was genuinely just terrified of failing my goal, and not doing the goal just seemed easier than failing it in the first place, because if I never did it, it wasn't a fail, right? Because of this, anytime that I tried to record and get on and play, I'd get really stressed out anytime I would lose even just one match. I'd get really upset and I'd start beating myself up and be like, can I do this video? Am I going to be able to make it? Can I get this done this week? This led to a huge amount of anxiety, and some of the worst anxiety I think I have ever felt playing games in general. It took me a really long time to realize that I need to stop setting these goals for myself and realize that I'm a good player, and as long as I just play and enjoy myself, I will get to that rank. The second that I stopped caring and started actually playing the game and not caring about anything else, I genuinely started to get better and really easily hit purple ranks. I don't remember the exact win streak, but it literally was like a 7 or 8 win streak that I went on for the last couple of games, and I didn't lose any of my sets. Once you stop caring and once you start setting these arbitrary goals for yourself, you'll start to notice you won't care nearly as much about D ranks and rank ups, and you'll care more about the actual progression and improvement you're getting on character knowledge. Just about all the top players that I have talked to and have ever heard talk, when people say, what's your #1 tip for ranking up outside of practicing and learning matchups, it's to stop caring about your ranked. Now, I'm not saying to stop caring about your rank in this one, because I completely understand if you really want to care about your rank and you do have a goal. Just keep in mind that failure is absolutely okay and is a natural process into success. You cannot have success without some amount of failure, so do not be afraid to miss your goal a couple of times, because it's not a mission in a game. It's not going to be locked out if you miss it the first time. You can always have that opportunity again. You just have to put in the work and realize that nobody is holding you back but yourself. Some honorable mentions of just obvious things that I still would like to mention because they are very important before we get to the final tip is genuinely eating and sleeping well is super important for both mental health and performance in video games. Remembering to enjoy the game and remembering that it's just a game in general is also extremely important as well. And also getting outside and working out has also been clinically proven that it really does help with your mental health. Obviously, I'm not saying getting buff or anything like that, but going for a walk and getting outside will actually really help your mental health. I just got back from vacation and I did nothing but stay outside, and I can tell you right now that that weekend has made me so much more excited to be able to work and do all kinds of stuff. So that one did definitely help me genuinely. Finally, for the final tip, use the magic mirror setting. Obviously, you don't have to, but if you don't know what the magic mirror setting is, whenever you turn it on and the round is either over or the game is over, at the very end, it will just simply not show any of your enemies' movements. They could teabag, they could key charge, they could do any amounts of things whatsoever, and the character will just simply stand still on your screen no matter what. This is especially useful if you live in an area where you feel there's a lot of toxic players, or you're consistently running into the same people who are extremely toxic. Now, I know there's going to be somebody in my comment section that is going to call everybody a bitch who would use this, but don't listen to people like that, seriously. What good does watching someone teabag you or key charge you do? If it's only going to mentally hurt you, why not turn it off? If that fuels you and that makes you want to play better, leave it on. But if that gives you anxiety and you genuinely do get worried about bad mannering or people being rude to you or anything like that, turning the setting on can genuinely help out a lot. Both Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat already have it natively to where the character can't move after. And in tournament settings, when you're sitting right next to the person, they're not hiding behind a screen, and 9 times out of 10, people aren't going to bad manner you for no reasons. And if you do, you can beat their ass. So why would you want to subject yourself to it on an online game if it's only going to make you play worse and stress you out? I use the settings sometimes. I go back and forth. Sometimes when I record, I do like seeing people do those kinds of things, and I think it's funny. And other times, sometimes I have a really bad day and I just don't want to see any of that kind of stuff. I'm just here to play Tekken and nothing else. Those are going to be all the tips that I have for you guys today to hopefully increase your confidence and lower your anxiety when it comes to playing Tekken and ranked in general. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like it, consider liking, subscribing, and commenting down below what else you'd like to see. Is there any tutorials you'd like to see me do or anything you'd like me to see me cover? Is there any characters you'd like to see? Go ahead and comment down below. I respond to 99% of my comments. But again, thank you so much for the support, guys. I really appreciate it. Sorry I wasn't able to get any gameplay here. It's 9:20 at night on Tuesday, and I've had to re-record this video twice because my microphone has messed up with Audacity, and Audacity doesn't like giving me clear audio, so this is my third re-record of this. And also, the vacation and everything, I was very busy, so I didn't have that much time either. Look forward to more gameplay content coming next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will see you guys, as always, in the next one. Thank you so much.